everyone, very good evening and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma and this is our MH CET Crash Course. I hope you can hear and see me very clearly, everyone. We are going to be discussing a few very important questions, types of questions that you should be doing. And okay, I'll discuss that in a couple of minutes. But before that, if you could quickly confirm that I'm clearly audible and visible, we shall commence with the session. Hi Reshma, अच्छे से सब सुनाई दे रहा है, दिखाई दे रहा है? कोई इशू? जल्दी से एक बार एजेंडा देखते हैं क्लास का. Hi Megal, good evening. So basically, I've had one class already on MH CET Crash Course. We're doing English language questions, types of questions that can come under MH CET English language section. We've already had one class and I've discussed a lot of types of questions there, some grammar, some vocabulary. We also did some parajumbles in the previous class. And then in the previous class, I had asked you guys to comment under my video with the kind of questions you would want me to bring in the second class. I paid heed to that. And of course, this class includes difficult questions and all those questions that you wanted me to cover. So be very attentive with the class. Stick with me till the last question, probably good 40 odd minutes. And we shall be able to do a lot of good questions through today's session. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So let's quickly have a look at the agenda of the session. Agenda is that we solve some questions for a verbal ability section of MH CET examination. And we learn some concepts. Apart from MH CET, if you're targeting any other examination as well, which can probably give you some grammar, vocabulary, or parajumble questions, this class is going to be helpful for you as well. So you can still stick with me till the end of the session. Before I show you the very first question of the class, two things to know. One, we have a free workshop happening on 9th of April, 6 p.m. If you are somebody who's targeting CLAT and is confused or has doubts, has questions in the mind regarding CLAT as a career, law as a career, make sure you attend that workshop. It's going to be a free workshop, but you need to register yourself beforehand. 9th April, 6 p.m. Don't miss out on that. Second, that we have launched our comprehensive course for people who are targeting CLAT 2024. If you want to know more about the program, call our counselors on this specific number. They shall address your concerns. Good evening, everyone. So, आज किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस करेंगे? Under the last video, I had asked you to comment आपको किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस और चाहिए. आज सारे टाइप के क्वेश्चंस कवर अप किए हैं. We will be doing parajumbles. Not easy, absolutely not easy. These are tricky. Okay, we'll be doing vocab in terms of synonym and antonym. We are going to be doing idioms. Okay, we will be doing error spotting, and we are also going to be doing fill in the blank with grammar type questions. So these are the types of questions we're going to be covering up in today's session. So ready everyone for the very first question of the class? We're going to start with parajumbles. You should take some time, but parajumble solve करने से पहले ना एक advice दे देती हूँ, ठीक है? Advice मेरी ये है कि ये आपका parajumble question है. अब parajumble के लिए मेरे दो techniques जो आपको हेल्प करेंगे to get the parajumble correct is one, finding a mandatory pair. What is the mandatory pair? Finding any two sentences that you think will come together. Coming to the options, seeing which of these options have that mandatory pair. So for example, I think 4 and 1 is the mandatory pair. 4 and 1 is not here, not here, not here. Very likely B is going to be my correct answer. I'll read the entire sequence. If the sequence makes sense to me, only then I'll mark it. If it does not make sense, probably I'm working on a wrong mandatory pair. I hope you've understood the basic concepts of mandatory pair, everyone. I'm going to move the image a little. I think it is covering up the question. By the time, please go ahead and solve the question, everyone. All the very best. Send me your answers in the chat box. अच्छा, रेशमा का पहले ही आंसर आ गया अभी. अच्छा, we shall wait. B, three people are saying B. Okay, and then we have C. Okay. So what did I teach you? We're going to be working on finding mandatory pairs. Okay, I'll write that down here so that you don't make a mistake. Which two sentences do you think make a mandatory pair out of the four sentences given to us? Before we discuss the answer, which two sentences do you think make a mandatory pair here? One thing we're sure of is that 4 is our introductory sentence. It starts with introducing us to the electronic scanner and how, what it does. So my answer has to be one out of these two only. The scanner would have which scanner? So 3 cannot be my opening sentence, eliminated. Neither can the face of it will be changed even more. It has to come later on. So even this cannot be my answer. My answer has to be between B and C. So Sunny says 1 and 2 are mandatory pairs. The super tax scanner could revolutionize the way people shop. The face of retailing will change even more. So 1 and 2. Okay. I don't think that's a mandatory pair. Cinderella says 4 and 1. Okay. 4 and 1. Yes. 4 introduces us to the electronic scanner and then it furthermore explains what the scanner can do. So 4 and 1, Cinderella, I'll absolutely buy your words, is a mandatory pair here. All of those who've marked B, their answer is correct. 4 and 1, and then it continues with the explanation, the double benefit. 2 furthermore explains the double benefit. So first you are introduced to the double benefit, in 2 it is even furthermore explained. The correct answer here is a B. Question number 2 on parajumbles, everyone. Here you go. Apply the same logic, finding a mandatory pair, finding two sentences that you think will come together. Hegel says C, okay. Ajay, your pair is 4 and 3 for centuries, okay. See, Ajay, you are absolutely correct with the pair 4 and 3. So, why is 4 and 3 a pair? 4 introduces us to the sentence. What? Just a minute, guys. Okay. 4 says, for centuries, the only form of written correspondence was the letter. You have introduced us to the way of communication in form of written correspondence. letters were and are. So from past, now you come to present. 4 and 3, absolutely a mandatory pair here. Some people say A. So you think 2 is the introductory sentence? Indeed, the ancient Egyptians had a system of sending letters. पहले letters को introduce करोगे तभी तो Egyptians के पास जाओगे ना कि वो क्या use करते थे. Do you understand why is A not the answer? Right? A is not going to be the answer because when you say indeed, it's basically a continuation of something. You will first introduce the letter system and then that's when you go to the history of how Egyptians used it. So a correct answer here is going to be C. Let's reread that. Somebody asked me why a C. Okay, Sujata. Let's read the entire sequence and let's see if it makes sense or not. So C says, for centuries, the only form of correspondence was letter. Earlier also letters were sent through postal services. Even now they are sent by some form of postal services. But the history goes a long, long way. The moment you introduce history, you can start talking about ancient Egyptians. Because history का example हो गया ये. तो पहले आप definition लिखोगे, फिर आप example add करोगे. So 2 is an example. Of course, when you talk about history, ancient Egyptians had a system of sending letters. It's the form of postal service that was introduced to us in 3. Then you come back to modern postal services now. So basically, were and are using postal services. They were using postal services. These are using postal services. That's why the correct answer is a C. Okay. So I hope everyone understands that. Let's go to, I told you the questions aren't easy today. Last class mein, a lot of people demanded parajumbles, difficult ones. Here they are for you. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3, everyone. Give this a try, everyone. वरुण क्लैप में +3 फॉर करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है क्या बोल रहे हो बच्चे आप +1 फॉर एवरी करेक्ट आंसर है and it's minus 0.25 for every incorrect. So if you attempt 40 questions correctly, you will get only 40 as a score and not 120. Back to MH CET's agenda. Solve this question, everyone. Meghal says D. Poonam says D. D, D, D. Kya baat hai? You guys are very quick. So what is the mandatory pair according to you? Ajay says 3 and 4. Okay. Let's see. You guys say D, and according to you, 3 and 4. So travel can be very exciting, but it can also be rather complicated. One of these complications, such an easy question. What complications? The complications mentioned in 3. 3 and 4 absolutely is a mandatory pair. Ajay, very good job. And everyone else as well. Yes, Meghal, 3 and 4 is a mandatory pair here. Your correct answer by default becomes a D. But देखो I'll give you a caveat, I'll give you a warning. पता जब एग्जाम का प्रेशर होता है ना, it's very easy for you to just go by an option the moment you find the mandatory pair here. Give it a few more seconds and read the entire sequence if it makes sense or not. Because the examiner might be tricking you by giving you some close mandatory pairs and you will be tricked into an incorrect option. So the moment you find the mandatory pair, come to an option and read the entire sequence. The sequence should make sense. Only then you will mark your answer. Okay, let's move to the next question, everyone. Here the answer, of course, is a T. The last question for paragymnals. Here it is. Ajay says B, 4 and 1. Okay. Acha. Everyone says B. Acha. Bisu says C. Soham says A. Aha. This is going to be interesting. The discussion is going to be interesting here. B, C. Okay. What if I tell you none of you are correct? None. Don't you think, don't you think these two are going to be a pair? 4 and 3. Because it talks about these two. Think. Think. Pratyush now agrees to what I'm saying. Because both the sentences that talk about aphasia, a kind of speech disorder, will be mentioned together. Right? They don't? Okay, let's see that. If you think it doesn't make sense. Okay. 1, 2 is going to be our introductory sentence. So our answer is going to be one out of these two. Difference in the way men and women process language is of special interest to brain researchers. Okay. This clearly indicates that brain of, okay, can you draw this conclusion from the fact that brain researchers are interested in women processing language and men processing language? Think of that. 2, if this is the answer, then 4th has to come after 2. So difference in the way men and women process language is of special interest. It has been known that this kind of speech disorder is more common in men than in women. However, women are more likely than men to suffer aphasia when in the frontal part of the brain is damaged. Now, out of A and D, which one of these two do you think is the answer? Sunny? Do you still think it's C? Guys, I'm going to give you 50 more seconds, 20 more seconds maybe to think out of A and D, which is going to be our answer, because the introductory sentence has to be second. That there's a difference between how women process language and how men process language. So now Pratyush says D, Poonam says D, Meghal says D. Okay. This is tricky, Ajay. I told you I'm going to be bringing tricky questions today. Dekho, 4 and 3 will come together because both are talking about aphasia. Okay? Mandatory pair banate. Chalo, let me make it easier for you. These two will come together. So 4 and then 3 will come together because both are talking about aphasia. 2 is going to be my introductory sentence, so it will come in the beginning. Now I'm only left with 1. If 1 is the conclusion, will it come here or in the end? Where do you think will I fit 1? So conclusions have to come in the end. And thus, One is our ending sentence. Our correct answer here is a D. Okay, I'll go back. It is a pen D. Understood, everyone? Yes, it is D, Pratyush. Correct. So when you're stuck, read, make mandatory pairs, and then read the sequence. I think a lot of you marked A merely thinking 2 is your opening sentence, and then voila, you marked A. Do not rush with para jumbles. Give it some thought. The correct answer here is a D. Now we're going to give parajumbles a pause. I think we've discussed parajumbles for quite a while. It's been 18 minutes we've been doing parajumbles. Okay? Next, we're going to be doing what kind of question? Idioms. Here you go. So what do you think is the meaning of uh, the idiom jump on the bandwagon? Out of the options, give me your answers. स्टोरी सुनाऊंगी इसके पीछे याद हो जाएगा. Jump on the bandwagon. What is the meaning, everyone? Don't Google, it's not going to help you. Okay, so a bandwagon is basically a wagon is like a car or a truck, something that's used for movement on the road. Okay, any wagon that carries a band is a bandwagon. ठीक है, बैंड वैगन आया उसी चीज से. अब कहानी सुन लो सब, उसके बाद अपने आंसर्स बताना. ओके, सो बैंड वैगन आया उसी चीज से जिसमें बैंड पूरा बैठ के जाता था. दे वुड ब्लो ट्रम्पेट्स एंड एवरीथिंग. धीरे धीरे वो बैंड वैगन एक ऐसा व्हीकल होने लगा which was used for political promotion, speeches, convincing people to vote for themselves. Gradually, the word bandwagon was used for something that masses follow. Okay, so if the wagon carries the band, the masses would follow that. If the bandwagon carried a political leader, the masses would follow. तो bandwagon एक ऐसा idiomatic phrase हो गया जो बताता था कोई भी चीज जिसको masses follow करते हैं, सब वो चीज पे एक popular trend बनता जा रहा है. So when you jump on that bandwagon, you're actually trying to follow what everyone else is doing. Probably traveling. Everyone is doing that, right? Or sitting for JEE. Every child in the school is doing that. So the correct answer becomes an A. To join a popular trend or movement is jump on the bandwagon. Now I'm sure कोई नहीं बोलेगा jump on the bandwagon का meaning. ठीक है? अच्छा, before I proceed, two things. Did you hit the like button? It takes a lot of effort to create these questions. Many hours of hard work goes behind that. Hit the like button now. Okay? Share the video now. And subscribe to the channel now if you haven't done that yet. Two, we're starting off with our last lap mega marathon on all the subjects for MH CET. Do not miss out on that, everyone. Let's continue with the next question, everyone. The answer here was an A. Question number 2. Go down in flames. Yeah, easy hai. What do you think is the answer? Oh, of course, Simrala. Follow the crowd is the correct one. Everyone, go down in flames. ये easy है. Not A. Thank you, Bisu. Not A. आग में जल के राख हो गया. आप बताओ आंसर. थोड़ा हिंदी में, if I explain it to you, I think you get it better. It's B. खत्म. Tata, bye bye. End. Defeat or failure. That is the B. Okay. So to experience a humiliating defeat, failure, khatam, aag mein chal ke raak, to be down in flames is B. Next question, everyone. Kick the bucket. That also has a story. Kick the bucket. थोड़ा डार्क स्टोरी है, बट स्टोरी तो पता होना चाहिए ना इडियम याद करने के लिए. हार गया. इट्स द एंड. सी सी चलो अब कहानी सुनाती हूँ. लिसन टू द स्टोरी एंड देन यू कैन प्रॉब्ली चूज योर आंसर. इफ somebody had, थोड़ा डार्क स्टोरी है, बट देन ओके. इफ आई wanted to commit suicide, or probably I want to kill somebody, what would I do? I would hang that person, make him first stand on a bucket. Ulta bucket, I will make him stand on that. Then I will hang the person. Okay, I will tie the noose around his neck. If I have to hang him, I will kick the bucket so that he is hanging in the air and he is dead. To kick the bucket is to die. Okay, the correct meaning is going to be B. I hope you understand where did this idiom originate from. It came from how you would kill someone or how you would kill yourself. So, B is our correct answer here. I'm sure you will never forget this idiom now. It is dark. To be on tenterhooks. Tenterhooks, pata hai kya hota hai? You know, when you have something as a hook to hang clothes. Now you can guess the meaning. So, to be on tenterhooks. We've been able to do only 9 questions in 25 minutes. To be on tenterhooks. Will you be comfortable on the hooks, tenterhooks? नहीं ना वर्षा, तो A नहीं हो सकता. हाँ, सिमरला correct है बिल्कुल. No, Bhumika, you'll not be very comfortable when you are on tenterhooks. If something is hanging on tenterhooks, what kind of situation do you think it is? Very comfortable, worried or anxious, confusion or happiness? To be on tenterhooks means to be worried or anxious. As if the cloth that is hung on tenterhooks would fall down any time. So the cloth is very anxious, as if you are hanged on the tenterhooks. So when you are on tenterhooks, you're worried and anxious. The correct answer is a B. Next question. To have an axe to grind. Axe pata na, kulhadi. You're grinding it. You're making it sharper. Why will you make it sharper? Achha, just remember something. The meaning of an idiom will always remain that only. We can't apply logic. Why do you use this meaning there? So you'll have to memorize it. The stories that I'm telling you is only a way to make it easier for you to memorize the meaning. Okay? Why will you grind an axe? You are grinding it, you're making it sharper. You probably want to kill someone. You probably want to take revenge from someone. You probably have a hidden agenda. Not because you're skilled at making it sharp, but because I want to take revenge from someone. The correct answer is not a C, but an A. So, when you have an axe to grind, you have a hidden agenda. चुपचाप कमरे में बैठ के you're making your axe sharper. You're grinding it to make it sharper because you probably want to take revenge from someone. It's hidden. You have an agenda in your mind. A is the correct answer here. Okay. Next. Oh, fill in the blanks. We have a lot of tenses coming here. Brace yourself, everyone. Question number one. What's your correct answer? If he would have tried, if he had tried, if he has tried or tries. A tries. बच्चे tries तनी हो नहीं सकता है क्योंकि sentence past tense में है और tries present tense है. So this option, just a minute, is eliminated. पूरा sentence past tense में है. So I'll have to choose one of these. This, guys, okay. This question and 5 more questions after this are on conditionals. If you haven't studied conditionals in grammar, you're missing out on a big chunk because a lot of questions can come on conditionals. I made a short video telling you what are the important things you should study for grammar. I had specifically paid attention to this. So there are 4 to 5 types of conditionals. You have to work on that. I can't explain all that in the class because it's a full-fledged theoretical discussion that has to happen. I'll give you an overview of the answer. Rest after the class ends, please work on conditionals. The next 5 sentences are on conditionals. Second half jab already would have hai, the first half would have nahi lega. Correct answer is B. If he had tried his best, he would have won the race. The correct answer is a B, not A, not D. You are absolutely right, Sunny. Okay, let's go to the next question, everyone. That also is in conditionals. You see, if conditionals. Answer क्या होगा? Here. Answer. D. Had followed. अब पता है क्या है? अब तुमने blindly पिछला क्वेश्चन को कॉपी पेस्ट कर दिया है. There are 4 to 5 conditions that we need to follow in conditionals. Here, the correct answer is A. If he followed the instructions, he would have avoided making a mistake. Question number, तो class end होते ही conditionals revise कर लेना please. Next question on conditionals. Yes, Vaishnavi, you're right. Lovely, you too. That's lovely. This one, everyone. A. The correct answer is given by Pratyush and Ajay. It is a D. If you had gone to the party, you would have met some interesting people. D. Next question, everyone. Choose the correct sentence. So 3 out of 4 will be incorrect, 1 is correct. Choose the correct sentence. Okay. A is correct. Acha, when you did grammar, do you remember doing modifiers? Let me give you a big hint. All the errors, the three sentences that are incorrect in this question have errors of modifiers. Okay, so let me explain this to you. She wrote a letter to her sister sitting at the kitchen table. Who was sitting at the kitchen table? Sister or she? That's a squinting modifier error. Incorrect. The girl spotted a unicorn with a golden horn in the okay. Was the golden horn in the enchanted forest or the unicorn in the enchanted forest? That's a misplaced modifier. If you don't know what a misplaced modifier or squinting modifier or dangling modifier, what are modifiers? Please work on these. We've done them already in the classes, in the batches. If you have been a part of the batches, please watch these classes. The doctor examined the patient with a stethoscope wearing a white lab coat. Was the stethoscope wearing a white lab coat or the doctor? That's a misplaced modifier. But C is an absolutely correct sentence. The correct answer is a C here. Yes. Next question, everyone. Question number 15. Spot the correct sentence. I'll give you a big hint. The errors are of modifiers here. D, C, C, okay, Bisu says D would be correct, okay. And then Simrala says C would be correct, okay. All of the sentences have errors of modifiers here. Now you're getting the hang of it. You know, the correct answer is a C. Let me explain this to you. It's a C. C is the correct one. Tired and hungry, the pizza. Was the pizza tired and hungry? No. It's a dangling modifier. Shouting at the top of his lungs, the referee. The referee was not shouting at the top of his lungs. The team was. While I was wearing a red hat, the puppy wagged its tail happily. So, this is the correct one. Sitting on the bench, the sun warmed my face. The sun was not sitting on the bench, a misplaced modifier. And thus, C is the correct answer here. Next question. Find out the incorrect sentence. Guys, pay attention to the incorrect sentence. Now the internet looks fine. It dropped a bit for a second, but now it looks fine. Please tell me your answer. Incorrect. Okay. Okay. Let me explain the answer to you. A group of students is planning. Subject verb agreement. A group is singular, is correctly used. Neither the teacher nor the students. Subject verb agreement error. In case of neither nor, we always look at the last subject and take its verb form. Students are plural, have is correct. A pile of books are. A pile is singular. It will be followed by a singular verb form. A pile of books is stacked. The correct answer is C. C is incorrect. Each will be followed by a singular verb form has correctly used. So that's not going to be an incorrect sentence, everyone. अभी भी ड्रॉप कर रहा है क्या इंटरनेट Okay, guys. So, okay, I had brought a lot of questions for you today, but since the parables took so much time, can I conduct a part 3 as well? Part दो ही बना रखे थे मैंने English के, but I had brought approximately 35 questions for you, and I have another class to rush to. Can I take a part 3 as well? Do you want me to take one on such similar questions? I can't get your answers. Is it still buffering? You don't want a part 3? Okay. Acha, a lot of you want it. So I'll reschedule another class on part 3. Similar questions. Okay, we'll continue. I think there's some lag with the internet as well. So ending the class right here, but yeah. So what I'm going to show you here is that we have a workshop happening on 9th of April, 6 p.m. Don't miss out on that. Two, we have launched our comprehensive course of CLAT 2024. And this is the number of our counselors. You can call them to know more about our programs. Follow us on, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. And yeah, okay. So Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, download app, and Google Play. The links of these are there under my video in the description box. I'll reschedule one more session with more such questions. Make sure you share my video. You give me some love. You comment under my video. If you think these videos are helpful to you, I love reading your comments. It makes my day. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a very, very good day. God bless you.